I think I spent a little bit too much time trying to prove to people that I was happy as a single person when I actually wasn't. I 100% believe that there is a stigma that has surrounded single women.
Being single.
Yes, there are negative stigmas around men who are single, but you really don't hear about it as much as you do for women.
I had a lot of insecurities, and my insecurities stemmed from not being asked out a whole lot.
If you are a single female, you're seen as someone who just can't get a man. You're seen as someone who just doesn't have enough going for themselves, and it's looked down upon to be single by a certain age, even in 2021. I think the reason why so many people have this mindset is because not too many people discuss the beauty in being single.
It's not the most appealing conversation starter, I guess.
As a single person, I struggled for years being in dating relationships that worked for a short period of time or just didn't last as long as I had anticipated. And I always looked back at myself like, what's wrong with me?
I think it's a beautiful thing to appreciate the season that you're in.
It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. It just means that this is just not the time in your life for that. And so what do you do with that? Do you just whine and complain until it happens? Do you give up on believing that you can be with someone great? No, what you do is you look at your goals, your vision for where you want to be in life, and you say, how do I get to this place?
I think that you should be making the most out of being single. It shouldn't feel like a curse.
What are things that I love? What are things that I'm passionate about? What dreams have I put to the side because I was dismissive and unfocused and unwilling to challenge myself to take the right steps to meet these goals? And so I can honestly say that I enjoyed being single for the first time, truly for the first time in my life in 2020, because during the global pandemic, a lot of people were forced to be alone by themselves, alone with their own thoughts, and say, okay, how do I feel? Where do I want to go? What do I want to do? And instead of the typical hustle and bustle where we really don't have enough time to think about what we want or where we desire to go, I was alone and I couldn't run from it. And I had to say, what makes you find joy? What makes you find fulfillment? And that's where I discovered where my passion lied, what I wanted to do with my life, and where I wanted to go.
I did notice a streak with me. I would compromise things that I love for things that they love just so I can try and be the best girlfriend to them, or best girl that they're dating, you know. And it's good to compromise in relationships, but it's not good to compromise all the time. You have to say, what is it that I love to do? What is it that I want to do? And you shouldn't start dreaming about what you want to do after you meet somebody.
I can say that, yes, as a single person, you have your difficulties, you have your moments where you want that intimacy, you want someone to talk to about everything, you want to have someone there to almost catch you when you fall, but you can't look for someone else to fulfill you when it comes to being in a relationship. If you are only looking to be in a relationship to get some sort of fulfillment, then it's one of the most selfish things you can do is put your levels of fulfillment on someone else, because whether you're in a relationship or not, people around you don't make you better, you do. And you have to make it up in your mind that you are willing to say, look, whether I'm in a relationship or I'm not, I'm going to live a life that is fulfilled. And that comes from having the willingness to say, okay, I need to work on me.